Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. I'm Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official Marvel Snap Zone podcast. And happy 4th of July. We've got a new season this 4th of July, and it is the Phoenix Force season. So we're going to talk about the cards, and I'm going to tell you what I think are the two best decks to play with it and why I think there is a key piece of tech that a lot of people aren't really thinking about that is going to be really great here. I took Den's list from Marvel Snap Zone. I took Zombies Go Nom Nom's list from Marvel Snap Zone. I altered the Den list. I think I've cracked it to where it's going to be a tier 1 deck. We're going to find out together in the next day or two. Before we go any further, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment. It really helps with the growth. It really helps with the algorithm. What we do on this channel is we bring you the best decks in Marvel Snap before the meta has caught on. My goal is to scour the net to find you the best decks, whether I build them, find them on Twitter, find them on smaller YouTube channels, always credited, by the way. I bring you the best decks that help you steal cubes and get infinite. We hang out on our Discord over in the Marvel Snap Zone, and almost all of our people, I think everyone but one person this past season, hit infinite. I'm not sure if that last person got there. They're like in the high 90s, and as I'm recording this, we're we're a little bit before reset. So if you hang out in our channel, you play the decks, you get the comments, you pay attention to the content, you steal cubes, you get infinite. Like, sub, comment, ring that bell. You won't regret it, and you'll help us out. So, win-win. Cool. Let's talk about Phoenix. The Phoenix Force is a 5/6. On reveal, revive one of your destroyed cards and merge with it. The card can move each turn. The problem here is going to be that there's RNG. So you're going to see a ton of destroy decks with Phoenix. I think those only work in the Thanos shell because the stones provide enough other value. At that point, you're basically playing a vision. The Thanos decks can survive just playing a vision, right? It ends up working fine. Vision's going to need a buff, by the way, if Phoenix is going to stay as is, basically reviving a squirrel or, I don't know, pick a crappy 1/1. Is going to give you the same stats that Vision gives you. So Phoenix Force is just a strict upgrade 99% of the time. I guess unless it revives a hood or something, in which case it would be explicitly worse. But most of the time, or the ninja that pops out of that one location. Whatever. Most of the time, this is a strict upgrade on Vision. You should be able to engineer it so that it's almost always killing exactly what, reviving exactly what you want. Build decks for that. Again, outside of Thanos, I think the goal of the deck is to kill 1 or 2 key cards so that when Phoenix comes back, you know you're getting the benefit. I think there are a few key targets for the Phoenix Force. The first are the 3 obvious move cards, 4, I guess, obvious move cards. They are Human Torch, which obviously doubles into a 5/16 on the last turn if Human Torch was not otherwise buffed even before then. You've got the Torch, you've got Dagger, which is very easy to add like 8 power to at the end. So 5/16 is not a bad stat rate at all. You've got brain. You've got Vulture, which is honestly, given the timing of it, very unlikely to be both moved and destroyed in the same turn. So you're very unlikely to get more than an extra 5 power, but that's still a 5/14. Again, top of the line stats. That's a no downside moving Red Skull. And you've got, last but not least, the 4/6 Spider-Man 2099. It's almost impossible to get the move and then the Phoenix on him unless you're moving him right away. So you'll get that kill the last turn of the game when you move him, which makes this a 5/12 with a kill effect, and you'll be able to choose what you think that's most likely to go for. That is most useful because it's a move of your choice. All of those are powerful. We're taking advantage of the first set, not the 2099 today. And then we're taking advantage of the second thing you can do, which is you can play the Phoenix Force after a Shuri. That gets silly with the move cards, and then because you have Shuri, you also have the Taskmastery stuff. You can also do the move stuff with Phoenix, move it, and then copy with the Taskmaster. It's going to be sick. That, I think, is probably going to be the key. Okay, the first deck, I'm calling this Glazer's Rebirth. We had Den's Rebirth. It was like 5 cards different. It was running things like Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange and Iron Fist instead of Killmonger and Storm. I want to go heavier on the threes because the last turn of the game, I almost always want a Silver Surfer. There's very little purpose in bringing back a move card on the last turn of the game. So if you draw a Phoenix on 6, it's basically a dead card. You're going to want to be surfering then anyway. Basic goal of the deck is to play Human Torch or Dagger, move them around with Ghost Spider and Cloak, get a couple threes down, one of which would destroy some of the move cards. Honestly, I'm totally fine destroying basically all the move cards. If it's Venom, if it's Killmonger, obviously the reason Torch is the only one is because it kills that. And Deathlock, you really only want to hit one because you're not gaining the extra power from the other. So you're going to kill Dagger or Torch or Vulture. Deathlock does not want to kill Vulture again. It doesn't mind killing Torch or Dagger. It's just you're losing the extra power when it kills Vulture, right? Although if you already have used Cloak, then the use is going to be limited at that point. On turn 5, your play is either Phoenix Force or Cloak and another 3. If you play Cloak another 3, that's great. You get your move effects anyway. It's not as powerful as Phoenix Force, but it's fine. And then last turn, you play something like Brood or Killmonger and Surfer, and you go to town. Your ideal play on 3 or 4, if you're not getting your other stuff going, is to Storm, because a stormed location, you can then move your Phoenix Force card into there and fundamentally guarantee a win. It's extremely powerful. Set cover, basically everything. Brood's just too much power not to include in the Surfer deck. Surfer's a big pump. Everything else is fairly self-explanatory. If you would like more and a turn-by-turn guide, this will be the deck of the day over on Marvel Snap Zone. Now, one card I really want here that I can't quite fit is Juggernaut. You'll note that this deck is, besides Ghost Spider, which you hopefully bought a day ago, and Phoenix Force, which you're hopefully buying today, all pool 3 or lower, so you should have to play Juggernaut. You can, I guess, play Juggernaut over Ghost Spider. I don't love the play, because one of the things you can do on 4 is like drop Ghost Spider to move Torch or drop Dagger and Ghost Spider, or drop Ghost Spider and Cloak or whatever, and get like a couple moves on Vulture for when you don't have that destroy, and that ends up working out pretty well. However, it's not the main goal. Juggernaut might end up being better there. We'll see. The other card I'm really missing here is, you'll know if you read this last week, that we were running an Invisible Woman Killmonger build out of Surfer with Shadow King, and that was doing a really, really great job with bounce. I think this might be able to actually compete with bounce in terms of power. If you go turn 1 Torch, turn 2 Ghost Spider, that's a 1/4, and then you can go turn 3 into a Killmonger Venom Deathlock on that Torch. Turn 4, just play another 3, who cares? Turn 5, play Phoenix Force. Then you've got a 20 Phoenix Force that can move around. If your turn 4 was a Storm, you've now got a lane that's like locked up, and then you can Surfer on the last turn for a massive amount of power, Surfer Brood, and try and steal another lane. And you should know what lane is fundamentally empty by that point. It's an extremely, extremely powerful combo. It's the first way for Surfer to really compete with in points since the nerf from 3-0 to 3-2 with a +2. All right, next deck. This is the one I feel like is very likely to end up being meta. So the theory of this deck actually ends up reasonably similar to the theory of last deck. Multiple mana is going to be absolutely bonkers with Phoenix Force. That's fundamentally 18 power across 2 lanes. Becomes a 5/9, becomes another 5/9. It's a lot of power that's just spread out. If Kitty Pryde gets nerfed out of the meta, if bounce decks get nerfed into oblivion, I can easily see this competing for points with anything. So this is going to try and build a Human Torch, multiple man, Vulture, power base, and then and then kill it by turn 3. Right? Venom is going to kill either Human Torch or multiple man. You can add Dagger as well if you so choose. On turn 3, you're going to either play Venom or Carnage. It doesn't super duper matter which. Turn 4, you Shuri. Turn 5, you Phoenix Force. Right? Your Phoenix Force is now a 12 plus what? It's not a 12. It is either 9, so 18, or 2 plus 8, 16. right? You're going to move it, and it's then going to be, you're going to move it and then get the double from Human Torch or put it across 2 lanes with multiple men at that point and play Taskmaster on the last turn of the game. That Taskmaster then also has, I believe, the post to move power, which is completely silly, and you are just stacking power across 2 lanes. In addition, you also have the obvious Shuri Red Skull backup plan. That's always a great plan and a great way to win games. And if you're going that route, you've also got like Iron Fist into Human Torch into Ghost Spider to build a decent sized torch. Or you can spread multiple mans all over the board. Or you can punch a Vulture around if you're not seeing Shuri. There's lots of ways to accumulate power for this deck to become extremely powerful. Because these 2 decks only kill one thing, I think that they are the 2 to play with the Phoenix Force. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your 4th of July. If you watched this far, you gotta give me the like and sub, right? Like, sub, comment. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow with another Snap Take. Peace. Enjoy.